Welcome to Anita Vita Rise. All right, everybody, welcome. It's Anita Vita Rise. Anita Vita Rise, yeah. Anita Vita Rise, yeah. Anita Vita Rise, yeah. Who can make you better? Anita Vita Rise. In all types of weather, Anita Vita Rise. Get you back together, Anita Vita Rise. Go send her a letter, Anita Vita Rise. Anita Vita Rise. Anita Vita Rise, yeah. Anita Vita Rise, yeah, yeah. Anita Vita Rise.
Welcome to Rise with Anita Vita. I am your host, Anita Vita, Master Medical Qigong teacher and healer. I'm so grateful and thankful you are here for another amazing episode. As you know, my show aims to amplify women's voices, have them share their story so that they become a ripple effect of healing in this world. As we kick off October, I'm so excited to have my soul sister join in. The topic is on inspiration. So sit back, relax, take a lot of notes, and take a listen to the words that she will say and share with her and share with you her journey in entrepreneurship and also in her life. So without further ado, please welcome Miss Jessie of PeaTree. She is of Baby PeaTree. She is the co-founder and director of operations. Where are you, Miss Jessica?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, girl.
Good. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you.
How are you doing?
Good. You know, navigating through our new normal, right? Like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
What's that looking like for you right nowadays?
You know what? I have to say that I'm so grateful and very blessed because with the pandemic has come balance. My day job, my 9 to 5 is a career in telecommunications. I'm a project manager and it is a high functioning, high stress level industry. It's technology, so it's ever changing. And now I get to work from home. So it's given me back several hours in my day. My schedule is very flexible. And I think I finally achieved that work-life balance that, you know, I think we all strive for.
Yeah.
So it's been nice. Like I said, I have to count my blessings.
Good, sis. It's so nice for you to, you know, for all of us to hear what that's like because everybody's situations have been different. And on top of that, you are also running a business.
Yes.
So how did you even get into this realm of entrepreneurship?
So it's been a long time coming. My sister and I co-founded the business. Was this 2018? We started heavily working on it and we launched in 2019. But it came from an idea that had been ideating between the two of us for about a decade before then. So our story is actually a very personal one. I know I've shared it with you and some of our other soul sisters in the past, but for those of you out there who don't know, family is huge to me, family and community, because I strongly believe that family is not only blood, but it's the people that we choose in our lives. And my family has always had a strong sense of community and welcoming. And that goes across the board. So, you know, from my grandmothers to my mom, my aunts, everyone, I'm surrounded by nurturers and they strongly believe in love and acceptance. And one of my uncles and his husband about 11, 12 years ago decided that they wanted to have a baby. And as a same-sex couple, you can imagine the struggles that were in front of them for adoption, fertility, surrogacy. They had a lot of hurdles in front of them, and they decided to go through surrogacy because adoption was just too gruesome of a process. And through that, they actually found a blessing within our family, and my aunt agreed to be the surrogate for them. Yeah.
Wow.
So my uncle's husband, they used his sperm, and they had an egg donor, and my aunt said she'd be the surrogate. So it's really beautiful because we feel like in that way both families were connected.
Yeah.
And because my family is so loving, so nurturing, you know, of course we were elated to have the baby shower. Like everybody was thrilled. He's the baby brother of the family. Him and I are a decade apart, so we grew up more like siblings. So I was like the first one to jump on the train of like, when are we having this baby shower? How big of a party can we have? Like just completely excited. And so my sister and I were like head of the family committee. And in prepping for the baby shower, we struggled to find, you know, all of the kitschy, soon to be parent things for same-sex parents. You know, you can find the mommy and daddy's little love. You can find the, you know, dad's princess, mommy's little angel, but there was nothing for same-sex parents. And my sister and I were just baffled that, you know, in the new millennium, there was nothing out there. Everything we wanted to do had to be custom ordered. And so that's where Baby PeaTree ideated from. We were like, you know what? We can do this. We can do this. Like, this is part of our family. This is something that needs to be represented. Like, how is there not this platform out there for people? So fast forward 10 years, lots of research, lots of random emails and, you know, shared information between my sister and I, and we decided to launch PeaTree. And so in 2019, we finally took the leap. Oh, look at that's some of our gear, onesies in the background. And we built this brand, and our brand is focused on several things. So we really, I love our models. I'm sorry, I get all mushy because our models are just the cutest. We are focused on several things through our brand. So obviously representation is our biggest focus, and inclusivity, because families are formed in many different ways. I mean, not just same-sex parents, but we also realized through forming our brand that infertility is something that's not discussed. And I understand why. It's a very sensitive subject, but it's so common. So many people suffer from infertility. So many people have miscarriages. And so that became a big part of our brand also. You know, and then, you know, for multiple reasons, people decide to go through IVF and surrogacy. So our brand and our designs are all focused around the modern family. So, you know, children that are come to be through IVF, children that come to be through surrogacy, adoption, everything. So it's really a brand that we stand behind because we love that it, you know, represents everybody. And we also focus on sustainability, because another big family trait or family moral of ours that was taught is you leave it better than you found it, whether that be a person, place, or thing. So we've always, you know, believed in, if you take up space, when you leave, you make sure you leave it a little bit nicer. You know, when you spend time with a friend, you want to walk away and them feeling good and them having a warm feeling and already excited to see you the next time. And, you know, especially with our current climate, we realize sustainability is a big deal. So we also made sure that our onesies are made from 100% organic cotton. We use non-toxic dyes for the print, and we also use local vendors here in Los Angeles. So we really focus, again, on community, because, again, how do we rise without the help of others? So we are very big on our community. We work with a lot of other people of color, especially women of color. I mean, everything from our graphic designers to our web designer to our photographers. We just really try and include the community with us. So our brand is really more for us a lifestyle. It 100% carries through our personal morals and values and our family's culture. So in short, that's how Baby PeaTree came to be.
What a beautiful story, sis.
Thank you.
And how needed that is. Especially when you were shining light about, you know, the importance of sharing those stories of IVF and miscarriage. It's I'm hoping that it's being out there, shared more often. And now that you're letting people know that that this is available and that it's important, that you're creating this legacy, because it's starting with a onesie, with a baby to
Mhm.
grow with you. So I just commend you for having the inspiration and having it in your heart and birthing it together with your sister. And you kept it in the family. Like, your family, like the ties with it is even stronger because they are involved. Yeah.
That is truly what has made this
So
a
go
labor of
ahead.
love. I was going to say that's truly what's made this a labor of love, because as you, I'm sure, are well aware, entrepreneurship's not easy.
Mhm.
It's not easy. I mean, taking any risk in life is not easy,
Mhm.
especially when you're trying to maintain a 9 to 5 career, and then you have a passion that you're trying to, bring to light and drive. But knowing what PeaTree stands for us, for our family, and for the community, I mean, that's really, our topic today is inspiration. And cheesy as it sounds, but my family, my ancestors are so much of what not only inspired PeaTree, but inspires me every day. Knowing that we are doing something that, like you said, like, it starts with the children. I mean, they're the ones who are going to be here in 20, 30, 40 years.
Mhm.
I'm closer to middle age than not. So, I just, again, want to leave this world better than I found it, because I see, the sacrifices that those before me made to give me the opportunities in the life I have. And so my feeling is, how dare I not do better? How dare
Mhm.
I not give more? Because I was so blessed and fortunate that I want others around me, not just my family, but just community. To me is everybody who takes up our shared space. And that's what we're doing here, right? Every day in
Yeah.
this world, it's shared
Yeah.
space. And so I just want to do my part to make sure that I leave a little bit of love behind.
And I do know that that's what you do. And it shows in having met you, and in co-creating with you and helping plan our mutual friend Angela. We were on a team together to put to help with her retreat, her women's
Mhm.
retreat. And that's where we got to just really dive in and get to know each other. And it was such a blessing to be in your energy and to see you move and just to grow our friendship and our sisterhood together, right? And so I do feel that it's so palpable within you, and it's no doubt in my mind that your brand also is a reflection of that, right? The extension, and especially in growing your business together with your sister. So I just wanted to share that reflection for you, because you work, I see you hustle, I see you showing up at your pop-ups, and I know the rigors of that. It's tough with your 9 to 5 plus switching gears to grow your dream, your legacy.
Thank you. I received that. I
You're
received
most
that.
welcome. You're most welcome.
And I have to, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that retreat, and meeting you and some of the other soul sisters through Angela has been another big blessing and inspiration, because it's inspiring and it's motivating to be surrounded by other amazing people who share the same love and nurturing nature for others. Because the day to day does get rigorous. It does get rigorous, and it's so easy to get caught up in our routines and to get exhausted and to let that take over. But that connection is something I also thrive on. The connection, building more community, that's something that uplifts me. I know it's what fills my cup. Those moments of pure joy where you're just surrounded by other people who share good intentions, and you see, their hustle. I mean, look at you. And now you have your live show, and that's inspiration to me too, because these are all risks that we take. And it's you putting your heart and your soul into something to share with the world. So not only is it time, effort, and energy, but it's your vulnerability. And to see other people take those risks, it's like, I think it's the ripple effect, right? Like, She's doing it. I can do it. And then I want to be that example to others. And again, to touch on family, I'm the oldest of my generation. And that's a role I think since I was younger, I've always taken very seriously, from being a big sister to being the eldest cousin. I've always been very aware that I have eyes on me. And so I've always wanted to set an example. I've always wanted to be that resource for them to go to, whether it's to share something, a fun little anecdote, or, now as we've gotten older, knowing that my cousins can come to me for advice. And I really have to say again that that's the day-to-day inspiration. Like I shared with our PeaTree story, homosexuality is something that's accepted in our family. It's a part of who we are. This is our modern family. And as we've gotten older, and I've had other family members come forward and, be open to with me about their struggles of homosexuality. I recently had a cousin who's younger. She's probably in her early 20s. And I remember one day she was asking me, she was like, "So how's PeaTree going? I see you doing all this stuff." And my sister's name is Samantha. She was like, "You and Sam are always posting. I'm just so excited." And then she stopped and she grabbed my hand and she was like, "Thank you. Thank you for giving me something that I know my future children one day will be able to wear, that truly represents who they are and the family that they come from." And it touched me so much, because to me, this is my family culture of love and acceptance. So it's never been a second thought that there are people out there who don't have that kind of support. And even within my own family, like I said, this is my cousin. And to know that she's already thinking ahead of her future children, and the fact that as of right now, they aren't properly represented. I was giving her a place and making her feel seen. And it was such a beautiful moment. And that's a memory that I always hold. When you have those long days and you're exhausted and you're like, still got to get through the emails or still have a couple more tasks. And I just think, no, you know what? There's so many people I've been blessed with. And I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep working until they all feel seen.
I like that you said, feel seen. At the end of the day, we just want to be seen, to be heard, to have our stories matter, that we matter right? And so, and to hear that, doesn't the feeling, because I know what that feels like when you put out a post or you host an event or something and you wonder, man, is anybody going to come? Does my story matter? And then out of nowhere, they do see you, whether they're typing something or whether they're brave enough to even share with you in person. And then that reminds you, right? It comes back, it motivates you even more, like, oh, this is the reason why I do what I do. And yes, the hustle is worth it. Because on the other side of that is freedom. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wanted to get to know a little bit more of your mindset around making the decisions, and then also running, and overcoming all the struggles that entrepreneurship brings. And I know there's many. And before we do, I just wanted to just share this space and pause for a minute for the wonderful sponsors we have for this episode. So just sit back, sis.
Sounds good.
What's up, family? I am Anita Vita, Master Medical Qigong teacher and healer. I believe that nurses deserve to be nurtured as much as they give. As a high-performing woman myself, I coach women how to overcome chronic gut pain so that they have total freedom in their life through the practice of medical Qigong. In 2011, while working as a nurse in the post-anesthesia unit, I experienced severe burnout, and it expressed itself as IBS, or irritable bowel syndrome. Discovering this practice allowed me to eradicate this gut disease completely and naturally through meditation alone. The slow, mindful movements of medical Qigong are potent and transformational, recalibrating your cellular structure by cultivating your body's natural energy and healing source called Qi. Today, I coach and empower women to achieve the same result through private and group programs, workshops, and retreat experiences to awaken you to your truth and be the highest version of yourself. If you're still in pain, you've tried everything, and you're sick and tired going from doctor to doctor with only prescriptions and strict diets as solutions, fear no more, my friend, because you have found me. Send me a message right now at anita@nacionvita.com and we'll get you to rise out of that pain, guaranteed.
Mafe Management is a company dedicated to empowering individuals and businesses in entertainment, special events, talent management, content creation, digital and traditional marketing, and public relations, in working together to turn their dreams into reality. Get one step closer to elevating yourself and your business by contacting hello@mafemanagement.com. Let us empower you.
Now let's get back to the show. So, what is the greatest struggle right now for you in growing this business?
Honestly, I would still have to say it's maintaining the balance. So now that I've acknowledged that I do have my work-life balance, it's a day-to-day struggle of maintaining it because it's so easy, at least for me, to get hyper-focused on one thing and to just be honed in on that and drive. And it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day to try to maximize your time. I know I used to kind of gauge my value on my productivity. So if my to-do list was not completely checked off by the end of the day, I didn't feel like it was a good day. And I've learned to have grace on myself because I've also seen the benefits of it, of really being present in the moment and the balance and focusing on what's in front of me. And through those moments of being present and truly reveling in the moments, it's taught me so much about myself, even in the difficult moments. You learn lessons through your struggles.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's cultivated growth. I also have realized that more genuine energy comes off when you are present, because I think, again, it's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, and you can be present doing something, but your mind's already 3 steps ahead of like, okay, as soon as I'm done with this, I've got to do A, B, and C. And then once I'm done with C, then it's time to make dinner. Like the list is never ending. But I think with the mission of PeaTree and really wanting to be a voice and a platform for people to feel seen and heard, I've realized that truly being there in those moments, people feel your energy, people feel the genuineness of it, and they feel the love behind it. And so it's a daily struggle of reminding myself balance, that I'm one person and there's only so many hours in the day. But it's also, like I said, come with great growth. It's helped me to get to know myself a lot better. And in turn, it makes difficult decisions a lot easier to make, because knowing what my true core is and what my values are, it almost becomes second nature when you're faced with something difficult, because my automatic thought is, okay, what's my gut telling me?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but for me, intuition, especially a woman's intuition, I think is something we I don't know if it's that we undervalue it or we diminish it, but I mean, I can go back generations of stories in my family where in my family, we have a strong faith and belief in intuition and I don't want to say foresight. And I know I wouldn't get the word right in Spanish. My mother would hit my hand. But pretty much trusting your gut, having the instincts and having dreams, visions, feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's truly coming from your intuition as a woman. the strength and the connection I have with my ancestors. My maternal grandmother passed away when I was 10 years old, and I was extremely close with her. And I mean, to this day, I feel her.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm honoring her through what we do with PeaTree. And so, when those moments of difficulty come up, like I said, trusting my intuition, asking myself, what is your gut telling you?
Mm.
And then also thinking, okay, if you make this decision, is that outcome going to line up with your morals and your values? How does it make you feel? And like I said, it's made decision making a lot easier. And, when the results of difficult decisions come out, it's always been fruitful when I've trusted my instincts. It's never steered me wrong. And so I've got to say, in the past couple of years, it's been a beautiful thing to see, because it's also trusting my own voice and knowing that, no, you've got this. You've got this. Again, those are moments of inspiration, because I think we all are our most difficult critics and can tend to be overly critical of ourselves or second guess our initial decisions or thoughts. And now, repeatedly seeing the signs of the value in trusting my inner voice, I don't even know if I consider things difficult decisions anymore.
Hmm.
So that's been something interesting. That's been something very interesting, because are some things harder than others? Yes. Is life a journey? Yes. But it's given me a different perspective. It's given me the perspective now of, like, this is growth. Okay, that might not be the easiest thing. That might not have been the most pleasant thing to encounter or be faced with. But, our good friend has a quote that I always love, because it's really taught me a lot. But through breakdowns come breakthroughs. And I truly believe that, because in retrospect, some of my biggest moments of growth, of improvement, of achievement have come from those difficult moments, whether it be a decision or a difficult experience. And those have been the moments when I've been able to see the rise.
Well said, sis.
Thank
I
you.
recognize that you do use your values to make those decisions. And that's the most simplest form I think I'm noticing, even in myself. Like, when you know where your values lie, those decisions, like you said, aren't as difficult. And I love that you shine light on women's intuition. So, earlier you were saying, well, I don't know what we do. We dim it, or like dimming our light. That's another example of that, or pretending that what we're feeling is not what we're feeling. Like we second guess. And I think, honestly, it's just, in my experience, it has just been what our upbringing was. We were so used to asking for feedback from everybody else. We forgot to, like, wait and pause and ask empowering questions like you did. Like, what does, how does it feel in my body? Does that feel good to me? If I go this way or that way? And trust, and the self-trust is so, so important. And I see that the confidence you exude when you share, man, it's second nature now. I don't even think there's difficult decisions. There's just decisions to be made, because of these top 3 or top 5, whatever your values are for you. And I just commend you. You're doing an amazing, I share this with you all the time. And I think as entrepreneurs, like, since we're giving all the time on that respect, right, it's difficult to also receive. And so I just want to share with you how amazing you are, and that I am going to be your cheerleader, and that I do recognize your hustle. And, and there's actually a term for those who still work their 9 to 5 as well as grow their hustle. And that's a parallelpreneur. And I learned about that, when I was also doing both. And it's a struggle, yet also a journey. And you're right, you're tested with why you do what you do. And I'm just so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And with that said, for women who wants to start a business, who is also in between, well, I have my 9 to 5 as well as I want to grow my passion, what advice would you give them?
To put yourself first. Because again, what I had touched on earlier about dimming our own light, I think most women, we're just, by nature, we're nurturers. And I know for me, like I said, especially culturally, I was taught to put the needs of everybody in my family before mine. You know, you help out, you make sure everybody's okay. And so I think that's part of where you forget to listen to your inner voice. What feels good to me? What do I need? And making sure that your own heart is full and that you're balanced is the best way to shine your own light. Because like I said, now that I've found balance and I do try and be present in the moment and listen to my heart and my body and what it needs, it's made the balance so much easier. I used to have a really hard time with disconnecting. And if burnout's so real, it's so real and it's so easy to achieve, because I don't care if you are married. I don't care if you're married and have kids, if you're a single person, everyone's day-to-day schedule is a lot. It's a lot. And it's so easy to get caught up in that. And it makes the journey that much smoother if you truly trust yourself, because having that balance now has made me, it's almost given me more energy and it's given me more motivation, knowing that like, okay, and having the grace on myself, like there's 24 hours in the day and you need a third of that to rest and recharge. And I realized that once I found that and I acknowledged that, and it's something that I try to live by every day, the hustle doesn't feel like a hustle. Mm-hmm. It feels like second nature. And it almost empowers me, like, Jessica, trust yourself. Trust, even if it's a warning sign, if there's a little alarm inside of you, it's there for a reason. And listening to it, acknowledging it, it brings out positive benefits. And so that's the biggest thing I could tell anybody who's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. One, yes, you are capable. If I can do it, anybody can. And two, trust your gut. Trust your gut. You know, we're given our inner voices for a reason, and nobody knows you better than you know yourself. So yeah, listen to the inside voice.
How can we support you? What do you have going on, and how do we connect with you?
Well, you can connect. I would love for everyone to follow Baby PeaTree on Instagram. It's at Baby PeaTree. I also, like I said earlier and multiple times throughout our conversation, community and connection are two of my core values. And again, I was taught, you know, leave it better than you found it. And I love connecting. You know that. I mean, we now have built such a beautiful friendship, and I love the connection and some of the experiences that we've shared. So I'm, you know, happy to connect with people. I'm happy to share my story, you know, go more in depth than we did today. If anybody has questions about what it really entails to start your own business or even maintaining balance. I mean, I just love connecting with people because community, we're all here sharing this space. So why not say hi to your neighbor? Why not get to know them? But yes, I would absolutely love for everyone to follow PeaTree. Check out our website. It's www.babypeatree.com. We share more of our story on there. Beautiful pictures of my cousin Olivia, who came from our story. She is going to be 11 at the end of this month.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
It's beautiful to see her grow, to know where she started from, and to know that she is the core of a legacy now that we've created and represents so many people out there. So I would definitely love for you to connect. And I believe on there is my email as well. So, or you can send me a DM.
Sounds good, sister. Thank you so, so much for being here and sharing your story. And, I appreciate all the work that you've been doing. And I'm so grateful that now my audience gets to hear and be inspired by you. I appreciate you, sis.
I appreciate you, and I thank you for the honor of inviting me to speak to your community. And again, I'm just so proud of you and this wonderful platform that you've created and the work that you're doing to help amplify other women and to be true to yourself. So thank you.
I received that, sis. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I can't wait to bring you back. I know there'll be more amazing stories.
I look forward to it because we've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up for the end of the year. So I would love to be back.
Yay! Thank you so much for being here with me. As Jessica had shared, it's so important to stick to your core values when making big decisions, to follow your gut. Like, your intuition is a superpower. And I think a lot of women don't know about that. So practice about how it feels in your body, how it lands in in your voice, and know that self-trust is something you can cultivate and open up to, and that you are never alone. Community and connection is so, so important to allow you to thrive. So I'm so grateful and thankful that you were here, and I look forward to seeing you next week. As always, everybody, I root for your rise. Have a good night, everybody.
Anita